Hello Libra, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Libra for the week of November 10th. Now, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, so Libra, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you, where we'll be taking a look at this brand new week of November 10th. Timeline on this reading will be from November 10th to the 16th. Do hope your month of November has been off to a good start for you, and I hope that it continues to go well. With that said, let's go ahead and get all of the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, get right into it for you. A lot of fire energy here for you, Libra, right as we pull out the cards. So we'll definitely be talking about that as we go along, but put these cards out here. And okay, I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Seven of Wands, so another Wands card here. Seven of Wands is about standing your ground. You know, sometime during this week, you may feel like you need to take a stand with someone. Actually, this person is fending off or fighting off competition here, right? The Wands are being held by people which you can't see. This person's needing to defend their position, right? Stand their ground, defend their position, fight off competition. It may mean that there is something that you really in this week want to stand up for. It could also be about resistance, meaning like maybe you are facing some resistance from other people in your life in a certain way. This could also be internal resistance as well, like feeling a little bit like needing to push through something, you know, when you get the Seven of Wands as well in a reading. So we'll put that right there, and then we'll dive right in here. Now, you have an incredible reading, and I have to say, I'm over halfway through now, and the readings for this series have been just really nice. And I love this. This is especially nice because, you know, we've got the final retrograde of the year here activated during this week. That starts on the 9th. That is the Mercury retrograde. And then we have a Jupiter retrograde as well on the 11th. But, you know, retrogrades are nothing to be afraid of. We have multiple of those a year. I'm purposely going to not make this reading about the retro, but it's just, you know, something that is in the energy. Continue doing what you're doing, it seems like, is going to end up being the guidance for this reading. But let's dive in. So right away here in the middle, you have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles says that you're dedicated to something. You know, you're dedicated to your career, you're dedicated to work, maybe you're dedicated to a person, but this is a really heavy, it seems like, career reading, you know? And with this Eight of Pentacles here, this person is working away late into the night. Their other projects here are hanging up on the ceiling above them. They're making positive movement forward or making progress in work. If there's a card for promotions, this would be one of them. There are actually a couple. But this is a big card, maybe indicating that you're elevating in your career. And this person's very talented and skilled. You know, they have a lot of abilities when you get the Eight of Pentacles. So this is something that you love to see. And I feel like you have pushed through maybe some resistance. Maybe you have indeed had to, you face some internal resistance. The reason I say internal is I'm not seeing threes. We do have 3 court cards, actually. So those can connect to other people in your life. But there's something that you may have really needed to push through in this week, and you are certainly achieving that here based on this reading. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at this first column. You have the Ten of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Hermit. Now here in the past, you're realizing that something is coming to a close. Now this first column here in this weekly reading is the past. And that's why I say you are realizing that the door is being shut on something, okay? There's like something that you're realizing that there's like finality in a situation, right? The Ten of Swords is completely done, dead, over with. It's finality when you get the Ten of Swords, right? Something coming to a complete close. And you're realizing this. Now, this is in the past, okay? So the door has been either shut on something here in the past, or there's the realization that that door is being closed. And the reason I say that is this upper row is your thoughts. Okay, so this is why I'm saying it could be the realization that something is shutting, a door is shutting or something's coming to a close. Okay, and it's really just about endings. You may also feel like a sense of relief, actually. Okay, because the Ten of Swords are being released from the person. Actually, if you flip it upside down, right, the Ten of Swords are being released from the person. So it may also mean that here in the past, you have felt a sense of relief or release around a particular situation in your life. Now, I see that you've also been quite introspective about this here as well, about this ending, as you have the Hermit. I love the Hermit card. This is about building knowledge, actually. This is about somebody who's like really becoming a master, or it's about like achieving mastery in life. This person also very, very introspective. Okay, they find the answers from within, right? They're not looking for their answers in a textbook. They're finding the answers from within. And so I think that you've had a deep think about this ending here in the past. And I do think you're pointing your arrow in a really, really positive direction here, Libra. Okay? With the, sorry if I called you Sagittarius. I'm getting the energy of Sagittarius here. But this is the Libra reading, okay, just to be clear. Sometimes I trip up on the signs, but this is the Libra reading, okay? I see like a real optimism that is going on here, especially that something is closing out or has closed out for you. Like I see a real optimism here on the board. With the Ten of Pentacles, this is all about hard work, and also like dedication. This person's going to be the first one to arrive and the last one to leave. That's how the King of Pentacles has gotten to their throne, which you can see that this person is quite successful. They have the gold crown on. They have the gold. They're sitting in the gold throne. They're abundant, and it's not just about the hard work and dedication. It's also about like their habits. Their habits support them in their growth as a person. And maybe some of you have had realizations here that I get a sense that you've noticed, Libra, a pattern here that has had to end as well, as I see this really introspective nature to you right now in the past. And I think that you have realized some pattern or something here, it's time for that to be done. I think it's connected to a behavior or a pattern, okay? Like a behavior pattern, routine, any one of those things, as I see that King of Pentacles. But it does seem that you are on the right path here. So let's get into that now. So in the middle column, you have the King of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Strength card. So you may have, the other thing is, you may have received pushback in your career or in your life in some area. There may have been some pushback here from one of these kings, okay? King of Pentacles, King of Wands. Doesn't matter what gender they are. These are just energies in the tarot cards, okay? So yeah, and this probably would have been in a career situation or a financial situation, okay? As I'm looking at this here, particularly if you have any earth sign or fire signs in your life, there may have been some pushback here, but what I'm seeing is that you are actually in a favorable position as it relates to that. Okay, you handled the pushback in a good way, I guess is the way that I would say this here. Like, you certainly have not harmed your cause in any way, okay? Like, especially if you have like a Leo or something like that in your life, any fire sign, any earth sign is coming up pretty heavy here. But yeah, now differently, or in a different, in another way, the King of Wands is somebody who is a leader in business. Okay, this is somebody who is passionate. This is somebody who is inspirational. This is somebody who leads with passion. And this is an entrepreneur, actually. You do have the business owner entrepreneur signature here. It's next to each other. King of Wands, Ace of Wands. That's big for the people who own a business or who are self-employed, who are an entrepreneur. These sorts of things, I like what's going on for you in these areas. Okay, this seems to be really solid for you. All right, as I look at this here. King of Wands, Ace of Wands, yeah, looking good. You then here have the Eight of Pentacles as well. I talked about this. You've been really dedicated to a project or a task or anything like this in your career. And the Strength card, it represents willpower. It represents bravery. And I do think that you have, well, this middle column is kind of like what you're going through now. And I do think that you are faced with a difficult stance that you may have to take here. But you're coming. You may have to take a difficult stance on something, but you're coming up as like being in a favorable light. Okay, you're definitely not harming your cause, as I stated before, and this is about fundamentally the strength card's about power, whether it's willpower or power otherwise, and being able to do something difficult. This person has done something difficult, which is they've tamed the lion, right? That is certainly not an easy task, and they have done this here. Okay, I do get a sense that this is career related. I should also suggest that if you are not an entrepreneur or a business owner, whatever, self-employed, like this message still applies to you. It's just that for those people in particular, there's a light that's shining on those people in particular that looks good. But again, many people are in traditional careers, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if you are in one of those, you do actually have positive movement here with that Eight of Pentacles, okay? Whether this is a promotion or not, or some elevation in that career, we're going to get details on this. We're going to answer all of those questions as we look at the clarifications portion, which I'll get to in a minute. In the final column, you have the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Page of Cups. That Ace of Wands is the spark of life, probably my favorite card in the tarot. It is all about, bringing in fresh, new energy into your life. It's the energy of energy, And it says that you could be starting something new in a passionate direction, or moving in a new passionate direction in life. Perfect for starting a side hustle or business, as I've stated. But it's really solid. Now, this is coming up in the future here. But you should get some word from someone or something here connected to your career in the future, as well as you have the Eight of Wands. This is also a social media card, as the Eight of Wands is communication from a distance, which these days typically happens through the internet, right? Whether this is phone call, text message, letter, email, not letter, obviously, not through the internet, but usually email, social media post, a message that comes in. You get the idea that I'm saying. For me, the Eight of Wands is one of the social media cards. And with the Eight of Wands, this, more importantly, is about a breakthrough in life. Okay, it's about a breakthrough in life. It's about accelerated motion, some momentum that you're building, you pushing forward and pushing ahead here. But I think that this is probably about some communication that wants to come in as well for you here in the future that's going to be pretty pleasant for you, okay? Because I say that because of the incredible energies here on the board, but also because, Libra, you have the Page of Cups here as well. Page of Cups can bring about messages or news of a happy nature into your life, right? Of a pleasurable, happy nature as well, or even of a romantic nature as well with the Page of Cups. If you are here for like love messages, you or the other person is really focused or married to their work. You're married to your work, they're married to their work, one of the other or both. And so in terms of like love messages here, this would actually be pretty swift encounter, okay? Like it doesn't mean it won't last, but this person you either came into their life or they came into your life very quickly with the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Wands very quickly here. And there's definitely a lot of passion there. For sure. And this also may be somebody that is at a distance, actually, Libra. This is also maybe somebody at a distance here with the Eight of Wands and the Page of Cups. Yeah, or you met this person on social media or something like that here. That would also not surprise me. Okay, let's go ahead and let's move into the clarifications portion of this reading. So we're going to start off by pulling some oracle cards for you, and then we'll also pull some tarot cards. All right, so let's see what we have here. Okay, and there we go. All right, and energy on the bottom. Listen to your intuition, Libra. All right, we'll see how that plays in. I was getting like a lot of external messages here, so but I will say like the Hermit is a very internal, introspective card. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, you have opportunity. It's up to you, and reconsider. Now, during retrogrades, any RE word is going to probably be part of that period of time for you. So reconsider is one of those words, right? Rest, recovery, rejuvenate, reconsider. These sorts of words come in during these periods of time, and yeah, you very well, it very well might be possible that you have an opportunity here. And the ball's in your court very clearly. With it's up to you, but also because of these other cards. Again, you're in a very strong position here. And what else did I want to say about this? Yeah, I mean, there is opportunity here with the Eight of Wands and the Page of Cups for sure. You have success, no need to worry, and meditation brings answers. What an incredible set of cards you have so far. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at clarifying the tarot cards, get some answers to these questions here. So, Libra, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. Let's go ahead and shuffle the deck here and see what we have. Do hope you're enjoying this weekly reading here to start off the November month. So we have the Five of Wands, definitely a conflict here in the past with that Ten of Swords. You have the Devil, okay, I see, and you have the Empress. All right, a couple things going on here to clarify. So this reading is still, you're absolutely on fire. Like you are red hot right now, Libra. This is looking incredible for you. Now here's the deal. The past you've been met with, there's some difficulty here in the past, okay? There was clearly a conflict that happened where no resolution was made with the Five of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Or the result was that, you know what, we're no longer going to be doing this, whatever the case may be. With the Ten of Swords and the Five of Wands, like, this is the end, right? Something like this here. You maybe struggled with this internally, Libra, in the past. Now, here's the other thing. The Devil and the King of Pentacles. The Devil is, and there's a better way to say this, but I'll say it this way because it's what's coming to mind. Sometimes the Devil card is that thing that you're doing that you know you shouldn't be doing, right? It's maybe what feels good, but it's ultimately not getting you anywhere, right? A great example of this, just like a real life mundane example, is like, okay, watching Netflix 4 hours a day after work, right? Like something like that, or binging a Netflix series, or playing video games, or I don't know, like going to the bar every night, or whatever the case may be. Anything like that, right? It's maybe not super detrimental to you, but it's not moving you forward. Okay? And with the Devil and the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, in fact, has their routines and their habits in check, And so I see that there is that going on here in the past for you that you've been analyzing and looking at, right? And it's not a call for you to be hard on yourself, and it doesn't mean that you can't enjoy life's pleasures, which the Devil can be around, pleasures in life. It doesn't mean that. But you here very clearly have some big goals for yourself with the Empress and the Hermit. And you've been thinking about those goals for a while, right? Like you've been very introspective about those goals. The Empress is massive abundance in the tarot, right? It's also fertility, the ability to plant a seed and see it grow into something big. And so you have desire, which again, the Devil is about desire. Desire is okay, right, on face value. Desire can sometimes take over and control us, and then maybe it's a problem. But yeah, you clearly have something big that you want to achieve. And so like with the Devil and the King of Pentacles, I think you're analyzing or looking at some of those habits or those routines or something you're doing here that is in alignment with where you want to be going, You have the Eight of Pentacles again. You have the Ace of Swords, and you have the Emperor, okay? Empress and Emperor, this is the mother and the father of the tarot. They are a counterpart in the tarot. This could be a power couple, actually, in the tarot as well. Could also be a power couple. And the Emperor, maybe there is something that you are thinking about in relationship here, but it doesn't actually inherently seem negative. based on this reading. Regardless, the Emperor is about your success in life, like your ability to generate success in business, in career. The Emperor usually shows up as a leader. Sorry, the Emperor. And kind of like the Emperor is good at laying out plans and executing them, laying out plans and executing them. And as I talked about here with the Strength card, like there's something that you have to do hard. It's your ability to do hard things, to do challenging things in life. And I like that combination with the Emperor and the Strength card. You have a real ability here to do hard things. With the Ace of Swords, this is, again, another sign of a breakthrough in the tarot. Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands, really nice breakthrough in the tarot. It's also a successful or a victorious new beginning, And I like that this is showing up here with the Eight of Pentacles, which you have, and then also the Eight of Pentacles is coming back in. I think the big message here is that what you're doing right now is working. It really is. It seems like you're doing the right things in career. The universe, the cards here are suggesting that maybe it's not the best time to shake something up. What you have seems to be working. Despite that, you do have, basically, yes, there's something hard that you have to do, okay? But this is like, it's more of like, when I say hard, it's more of like a challenge, okay? And you're up for the challenge, is what I'm saying here, Libra. And you can maybe view the challenge as an exciting thing, right? Taking on the challenge, so to speak. I said, like, for employed people, right? People who are not self-employed, right? People who are traditionally employed, I should say. Could there be a promotion? Possibly, actually, possibly. I would want to see another Pentacles card here, but to get the Eight of Pentacles twice, with a breakthrough and some success is nice. Now you have the Two of Cups here. Really like what's going on here for singles. Wow, you have the Three of Cups and Six of Pentacles. Okay, so the love message here for the singles, this looks really solid. Really, really solid. I would say, like, do not get attached. If I'm talking to singles right now here, like drop any attachment to needing a relationship. Okay, drop any attachment to needing a relationship. Okay, because that is actually attracting a unique person into your life, and actually this person will connect with you on a really deep soul level. With the Two of Cups. Two of Cups, best love card, is a deep soul connection. And there's like passion and inspiration and excitement associated with that here. With the Ace of Wands, King of Wands, Eight of Wands, Three of Cups, you may meet this through a friend of a friend. You may, again, meet this person from a distance, on a trip, through social media. Like, these sorts of things are looking very good for you. Okay, if you are like looking for romance, or, but the whole point is, don't look for romance. Okay, like if you're single, don't look for it. Drop your attachment to it. Like, you don't need it, right? So when you drop this idea of like needing something, you'll get exactly what you want, Yeah, it's a little convoluted, but it is pretty accurate in my experience. And I'm saying that can be attached to anything, right? Not just relationship stuff, right? Like somebody who's needing, like feeling like they have an attachment to needing to lose weight. Like, well, you're attached to the idea of needing to lose weight. Drop the attachment. You'll probably lose the weight, So you get the idea that I'm saying here, of what I'm saying here. You have the Six of Pentacles here, which is about give and take, inflow, outflow, generosity, and also like financial balancing as well. Yeah, this is really good. I do see that there is generosity in this offer here that is coming forward for you with the Page of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. You have the Two of Pentacles, some good changes here, I think, in the financial areas. Two of Pentacles is a double-edged sword. It could be up, it could be down. You have the Empress here, which with the Two of Pentacles is usually really good. Good indicator that could be an increase, or things could be on the upswing for you, especially with that Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, what a weekly reading here for us fellow Libras. I'm a Libra myself. Love to see these types of readings, but before we go, let's take a look at the Kipper cards here and see what's in the Kipper energies for you, Libra. right, you have unexpected income, child, pathway, toil and labor, mature woman, and main male. Okay. I do think that you have a passion project. Many of you here have a passion project here that is developing and unfolding over the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, this week is an important week for this year with occupation and pathway. Pathways next 3 to 6 months. It could also be described as your dharma, right? Like a path that you are walking on in this lifetime. And here's the thing, you're ready to do the hard work, as I've suggested here with toil and labor. You are needing to do something challenging, but it's like up to like how you want to approach the challenge here as well. So yeah, like something to consider. I do see that you have this thief card here as well. I would just say that this is about some sort of like sabotage, like self-sabotage. Okay, I'm not getting negative energy from other people. This is more so like, okay, just know that you are capable of handling and approaching any problem that is coming forward. Okay, be careful of not, you know, sabotaging yourself as you go through this. It seems like you have this passion project that is coming up for you here, or even this relationship as well. Like if the relationship feels good, you know, yeah, that is what it is. So the other cards here, I'm not really getting much info from. You do have Journey on the bottom. You can treat this as a beautiful journey for yourself here, Libra, starting in this week. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.